everyone, hope all of you are doing super well, and in this video I'll be giving you some information on solution recommendations, and this information again is taken from the BABOK guide. So without any delay, let's get into it. So what are these solution recommendations? Why do you even want to recommend these things? So these might be some questions in your mind. So I'll come to that. So in order to understand certain factors that create differences between the potential value a solution can provide versus the actual value that a solution is providing. So that's what is called the variance, right? We would have seen in the previous videos. So in order to bridge that gap and align these two, the actual versus the potential, in order to align these two, there might be certain recommendations that are provided by business analysts and stakeholders, which can be implemented in order to reduce that variance, okay, and try to bring up the solution to its expected value that it's supposed to deliver. So that's what, and that is why there are certain recommendations that is provided by business analysts, and these recommendations is what we are going to see in this video. So the very first one is do nothing, okay? It's not that everyone has to just sit down. When we say do nothing, it means that the value of a change is very low relative to the effort that is required in order to make that particular change. Okay, you might be providing and implementing so much of putting in so much of time, energy, cost and money involved in that, but when you get to see the improvement, it's just going to be a small improvement, so it makes no sense. So in those cases, it really makes sense to just don't do anything. The second cause could be the risks are going to be more than what is, in the current state. So if at all there is going to be an increase in the risk, then probably you don't want to do anything. And the last one is there's no time and there's no resources as well. So in those cases also, you would want to just put a hold and just not do anything to the solution. The next one is organizational change. So sometimes there needs to be some organizational change that should be implemented in order to align that particular gap. So when we talk about organization culture change, it's so much related to the the values, the beliefs of people, the perceptions, their participation in that particular change process. So you need to understand all these different aspects, and the business analyst provides certain recommendations such as altering the job functions. As it changes, it results in certain automations, so the job functions also might change. Second one is new skill sets required for new solutions. So you want to define what are those skill sets. You want to define and determine what are all the opportunities for re-engineering. Then you want to even check on the changes in responsibilities, what things need to start outsourcing, things like that, and also improving the access to information. So all this is very key in order to manage the organizational change part of things, okay, in order to realize the utmost value of a solution. The next one is reduce complexity of interfaces. So when in an organization, everyone would be interacting, and the interface serves as a platform for this interaction. So the most, if you're able to reduce this complexity of interfaces, it would result in increased adoption to that particular solution. So this is another recommendation of reducing the complexity, which would also boost up and increase the understanding of the people. The next one is eliminating redundancy. So there would be certain common needs of stakeholders which can be kind of addressed with a single solution. So by implementing one solution, even the cost of implementation would be reduced. I'll give you an example. So there was once a legacy system, and the organization decided to move to a web application of the modern times. So as this legacy system was being migrated and feature by feature was being transitioned to the web interface, what happened was At one point of time, the team started seeing certain complexities in having to maintain the new system as well as the legacy system. There was so much of cost involved. So the decision was taken in order to try to fully migrate and then reduce the legacy system, to shut down the legacy system so that there would be adoption to the new system. Because people, as long as you have these two systems, people will be very used to using the legacy system because they were trained and used to that. So by reducing the redundancies, it might increase the adoption to a solution as well as the cost of implementation and managing both the solutions. The next one is avoiding waste. So you want to check and see, complete and remove completely all activities that do not even add value to that particular solution. So you want to minimize activities that do not contribute to the final product directly. So identify and reduce waste, okay, so that your implementation costs would reduce as well. The next one is identify additional capabilities. So a solution when implemented will have a lot of capabilities, and these capabilities, among these capabilities, there could be a set of these capabilities that may not be addressing the current needs, but definitely it might be going to address the future needs of the business and provide a potential impact and prove its value at that point of time. Okay, so it's very important to segregate out these capabilities as to what are the capabilities that are addressing the business needs currently, and what are the capabilities that are going to address certain future needs and be beneficial in the future. So it's very important to split it out and check out what goes beyond those identified requirements, okay, so that you can prove the value and also align it. The last one is retiring a solution. Let's say that a particular system or solution does not provide any more value to the business. Oh, it's really complex and hard and costly to maintain. At these times, then the recommendation could be like, let's not use the system. Let's not, kind of continue to keep that system where it's causing us so much of cost and effort and time in maintaining it. So at that time, the business might take a decision to retire or sunset the solution. So in this way, you don't have to keep providing the value of this particular solution. You don't need to keep proving it. So just by sunsetting, since it's not being valued to the business, is a good recommendation. So these are some of the recommendations that business analysts or teams might be providing in order to kind of keep monitoring these the value being provided by solutions and how they can kind of leverage that value of the solutions. So these are some of the recommendations that I have shared with you. And if you liked this video, please do give this a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to this channel, and also do share your feedbacks. Thank you.